Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. This video takes a look at the Ontario Arts Council's performance measurement framework, laying the foundation for some of the decisions we've made about the Ontario Arts Operating Fund. OAC's performance measurement framework is a system we use to benchmark and track the success of our programs and activities. It also informs our policy decisions, priorities, and strategies as an organization. The framework identifies 4 performance areas where OAC aims to have impact: artistic, economic, social, and operational. Performance measurement is part of OAC's governance structure and how we report to our ministry and to the Government of Ontario. The performance measurement framework and the introduction of the Ontario Arts Operating Fund are part of the work we've been doing to meet the strategic directions stated in our strategic plan for 2022 to 2027, Reset, Renew, Revitalize. We've refreshed and expanded our performance measurement framework to make sure that everything we do, the programs we offer, the way we administer grants, how we set priorities for our investments, and what data is collected about the activities and organizations that OAC supports is aligned with our performance areas. You can learn more about this on OAC's website at arts.on.ca. The Ontario Arts Operating Fund allows us to track performance data through the program's design, and it provides a set of assessment criteria that ensures public funding supports a healthy arts sector. By building comprehensive performance measures into our programs, OAC will be able to consistently communicate the concrete evidence of the return on investment of the arts year over year. And now we're ready to dive into the framework itself. Earlier, we spoke about 4 performance areas within the performance measurement framework. These are the categories that determine how OAC measures success. Each performance area has a set of performance measures, and within those measures are performance indicators, which are basically data points that we collect through sources like CADAC, surveys, and grant applications. Let's use the first performance area, artistic impact, to show how the performance area relates to the Ontario Arts Operating Fund. The first thing to know is that we've developed an objective statement for each performance area that is specific to the Ontario Arts Operating Fund. OAC's objective for this program in relation to artistic impact is this: OAC fosters a dynamic and inclusive arts ecosystem by investing in artists and arts organizations who create, produce, and present highly impactful artistic work and services. This investment supports both innovation and wide audience appeal, and amplifies Ontario's artistic voices both at home and abroad. So let's take that objective statement and translate it into meaningful ways of measuring and demonstrating progress. What's measurable in the artistic impact objective statement? How do we show that OAC is fostering a dynamic and inclusive arts ecosystem? How do we quantify highly impactful artistic work and services? How do we show that funding supports innovation or wide audience appeal? And how do we show that Ontario's artistic voices are being amplified? The way we do this is through performance measures and performance indicators. Here's the list of performance measures we are using to measure artistic impact. For each of these measures, there's a subset of performance indicators, basically data points or numerical figures that OAC can track over time. Some of these are already data points that we've tracked and asked for directly in operating applications, or things we can track through responses in CADAC. An example of this is number 3, support for new works. The indicator for this performance measure is the number of new artistic works presented or exhibited by organizations created by or commissioned from Canadian artists. This is a number that you put into CADAC. Other performance indicators are data points that are new to OAC's operating application, or items that organizations perhaps haven't formally tracked, but now the indicator will be connected to a question or section in the Ontario Arts Operating Fund application. For example, number 2 is recognition and profile. There are 4 indicators for this performance measure. 1, the total number of significant awards and nominations received for your organization, or for works by your organization. The total number of invitations to create or present work, such as commissions, residencies, or touring opportunities. The total number of earned media stories. The total number of showcases that your organization participated in, which supported market development opportunities. So something new in the application is a template for listing the awards and nominations your organization has received, as well as the significant media stories about your organization and your work. This is an Excel spreadsheet that you will download, fill out, and upload back to your application. Similarly, the invitations to create or present work and the number of showcases you participate in will be captured in your application's activity lists. The activity list is an Excel template within your application, which you'll use to provide details about your organization's confirmed and planned activities throughout the year. Instructions on how to fill out the activity list are included within the template. Both the award template and the activity list are in your Nova application, but they can also be downloaded ahead of time from the OAC website on the program webpage. Let's take a quick look at the objective statements for the other three impact areas. OAC's objective statement for the Ontario Arts Operating Fund in relation to economic impact is this. OAC drives economic growth by investing in sustainable arts employment, activating local economies, attracting cultural tourism, and contributing to Ontario's GDP. For social impact, OAC strengthens community well-being and social cohesion by supporting inclusive, culturally relevant, and accessible arts activities. These foster meaningful participation and a sense of belonging, ultimately improving quality of life. Finally, for operational impact, OAC and the arts organizations it supports enhance sector sustainability through efficient, accountable, and responsive service delivery. They achieve this by streamlining processes, fostering strategic partnerships, and ensuring equitable access to continuously improve public trust. We want you to know that every question in the application is there for a reason. The performance measurement framework provides context for why certain questions are being asked. What you put in your application not only gives assessors the information they need to make their scoring decisions, but also gives OAC vital data about the impact of arts organizations in Ontario. To see how the performance measurement framework connects with how your application is assessed, please check out our video in this series about Ontario Arts Operating Fund assessment. We hope you enjoyed this look at OAC's performance measurement framework as it relates to the Ontario Arts Operating Fund. As always, you can find out more information on our website at arts.on.ca, or for specific questions, send us an email at questions@arts.on.ca. Thanks for watching.